Welcome to another episode of the KaK
and Mark.
And Mac. This is KaK. I have to defecate all the crap, all the stuff that is about, and he adds cheese to it. Hence Mac. Mark at Salon, if you like. King Abdullah Key was my channel, and the government destroyed it, so thank you. It was the Grenfell Tower so-called disaster. We probably think it was more like a fixed. Some guy, what was it, his fridge freezer or something caught fire.
Oh, the rubbish.
And then the whole building burned.
Of course, all they do there is they show you a picture of the room where it apparently started. They say, look, this is where it started.
Like they would know if the whole building went
Exactly.
up. So it could have been any appliance in any building, or no appliance whatsoever. I've got a feeling that people want to rid of those people out of that block. And of course they've rehoused them all now, haven't they?
No.
Excuse me?
Well, one of the...
Did you say no?
No, that's correct. They have not rehoused any of them. Hardly.
That's a shame.
There's a certain politician, I can't remember her name now, has come out and said, well, what, do you think we can't have people on the dole living in the most expensive part of London? Almost like it was a plan.
To get rid of what would they refer to as
that tower's got to be demolished now, hasn't it?
I mean, if you're on the dole and you can't work, or you don't want to work, you can't be forced into work, can you? That's slavery. Yeah,
because what they do is they sanction your money and then you starve to death.
Some people, there'll probably be comments like, oh, you two jokers, you give people nice houses that are on the dole. Shouldn't we all have nice houses? Shouldn't everybody have a nice place to live, no matter what? If you want to work, you can work. If you don't want to work, you shouldn't be forced into it.
No.
You know, somebody told me once that people who actually sit down and watch the Jeremy Kyle show and smoke dope all day actually contribute more to this planet than other people. I couldn't stop laughing.
I'm not sure about watching the Jeremy Kyle show.
Yeah, I agree. Anyway, it's just a bit of a joke. But yeah, Grenfell Tower we want to talk about today, because it was 2 days ago it was the anniversary, wasn't it? Or was it yesterday?
Recently.
And they lit it up in green, and I see even Jeremy Corbyn, they're all wearing these green badges, and it's shaped like this, like the face of the devil, right? So we're told that this is heart, but it's actually hate. If you turn it upside down, you'll see that the toroidal energies, it turns into a planchette, almost like a pyramid, where the double DNA meets the invisible triple DNA, and this is the symbol of love. Yeah, an upturned heart. Not this. You know, if you have this shape like that, right, and you draw two little eyes on it, that's more like it. Not like this. Look at my face when I do that. Yeah. Talons. Hate you. But this is like.
So what we can take from their little badges is that they love the fact that Grenfell Tower burned down.
Well, look at it like this, yeah? Draw two little eyes on it and two little horns and a little smiling mouth and a couple of... What have you got? You've got the devil. And you were saying, like, all this religion that the Queen pushes forward with her book, the Bible.
Although it's looking like she's become Muslim recently, and Theresa May.
Good Lord. Anyway, what you got to say about Grenfell? So they've all the millions that were put aside for these people, they've all been sorted out?
No.
Hey?
No, 1 year on and hardly anything has changed. Most of them are still in bed and breakfast and homeless, basically. I saw a family the other day, as I say, around at my mate's house, and there was an old man with a dementia, their grandfather, and they'd got like 3 or 4 kids, and there was a couple that were married, and they're living in one room. I mean, that's pretty sick to leave people like that, isn't it? And they're supposed to be looking after us. So what have we learned from 1 year on? Did you hear that the fire brigade are under investigation as to why they did nothing?
Would you have gone in there while it was going to go up in flames?
If that was my job.
You'd be committing suicide.
No.
But you know that video that I showed you? You actually did put it in the link.
Yeah.
I watched it again. I couldn't believe it. They were just sat there drinking coffee and eating sandwiches. And
they were ashamed of themselves.
And he was like, look, this guy at the window is dying. And no wonder they hung their heads. We've gone over this. Yeah. They hung their heads in shame because they were older than as heroes. But I forgive them because I wouldn't have gone in, seriously, mate.
Think of it like this. Say your house burnt down.
Right.
Do you think it'd take you a year to find somewhere else?
I might have to stay in maybe lodgings for that night, or
A week or two, or whatever.
I call you up.
Yeah.
All right, come stay at your house for a couple of nights. But within less than a week, I'll have a new place.
So how come our so-called servants...
This is Kensington and Chelsea Borough Council.
Yeah.
Very, very rich Kensington and Borough.
1
Chelsea
year on,
Council.
still haven't been able to house any of them, hardly.
Because they don't want them in that area, really.
Yes, that's correct.
Well, my
They've offered them
grandfather
places
is
in
losing his
Birmingham.
mind. We know the area. He knows the area and the people in the shops. He wants to stay here. No, I'm sorry, none available.
Yes.
Leave.
You're not rich enough to live here. That's why we burnt the tower down. I mean, the accident happened at the tower.
That's why we burnt the tower down. Excuse me, coughing.
And then you've got to say, well, wouldn't they be concerned about the deaths?
I've got a little question here, my friend. How many days did that tower burn for?
I think it was just
2.5.
Was it 2.5?
2.5 days. Did it fall down?
No, it didn't fall down.
What does that tell you about 911?
That it was an inside job. Controlled
demolition.
And probably used also free energy devices to also destroy it, especially if you've read Dr. Judy Wood's book. Very interesting.
Do you know, in one of our videos, somebody commented about the artwork I've got on my arm. That's it, look.
It is.
It's called a Kabbalah, right?
Oh,
but I had it corrected, because some people don't know what this is. It's a key to the stations of the mind. It's nothing to do with religion, although religion stole it. And I've had it incorporates the flower of life. If you put a skull of a human here, or a skull of any, or the skeleton of any being, animal or man, on there, you'll see that it fits perfect, and it's corrected from 0 to 9 rather than 1 to 10, because 1 is nothing, and 1 is none and 0 is nothing, and you can't have none before you have nothing. So it's recorrected, but it's nothing to do with Jews or Zionism or racism or religion or anything. Not interested. Yeah? Flower of life. And that's beautiful.
Well, racism is just...
Stations of the mind are not...
Racism was just created to control it, like divide and conquer.
Yeah. What race?
Exactly.
Who's going to win it?
No one.
Can't be won. Yeah?
Yeah. Same as religion. Divide and... My God's better than your God. Have you spoken to him personally, have you?
Somebody will say, yeah, well, that's occultism, it's all from Aleister Crowley. Well, check this out, there's the corrected silver key of mysteries to get you all going, if you understand about that. I've changed 2 of the symbols round because it gives you the 4 sphinxes at Giza. Right, you've got the Romans came to repair that they thought was a lion, you know, and this, you get the lions on Roman palaces, like the one in Nottingham, with 2 on each side, the right lion and the left lion.
One on each side.
And you get lions outside palaces. And all roads lead to Rome, don't they?
Yeah.
But yeah, there were 4 sphinxes originally around the pyramids. There's the one that's still left there now with a pharaoh's face, and it's from, I think it's 12th dynasty. And the reason why people smashed them after they'd gone is because they were hated, because they ruled with an iron fist like this. Yeah, stability and strength. Anyway, that was Amenemhet II. His son, Amenemhet III, supposed to be talking about Grenfell, built the Black Pyramid, which is destroyed at Dashur. But there were 4 sphinxes. One with a lion, but it was actually, I'll get back to that. There was one of a man in the desert, facing the south. There was one, the Taurus, the bull, facing to the west. And then there was an eagle facing to the north, which was Scorpio rising. So you had Leo, which was actually Anubis, best friend to Osiris. It was a hybrid, both desert-dwelling dog and a domestic dog. And what's a dog?
Man's best friend.
And backwards?
God.
What does that tell you? The Romans came along and thought it was a lion. So that's why it looks a lion now, but it was actually a dog. Best friend to Osiris and Isis.
ISIS, the terrorist organisation?
No.
Funded by the UK, American and all the European governments?
Isis, the veiled deity of love. Because it was all about brothers and sisterly love. Yeah?
Unfortunately, the royals took that too far.
They did. In Europe, they call it one blood. So, Grenfell.
Yeah.
Grenfell. What's going to happen? I see they've covered it all now.
No, that's because they're going to demolish it.
Oh, that's a shame.
Well, they want to get rid of it. What better way? And then they work on the... Oh, well, that one's gone. You've got to go as well, so you're going to have to go and live somewhere else.
So, the wonderful Teresa and her cannabis plant growing husband are going to knock all the buildings down in the UK which don't meet the fire regulations. Go on, say it. Don't be effing stupid, old boy.
Only the ones in Kensington, where they want the land.
What about the ones in Nottingham? Oh, we're going to have to pay for that, aren't we?
They've passed they're safe, apparently. So councillor, leader of the city council, John Collins...
never heard of his name before. That's a bit of a strange salute.
Yeah, it's the sort that he works to. Although his bum's twitching at the moment because things are coming down the line for him and he's in deep poo-poo, literally.
We saw him the other day.
Yep.
Good afternoon, sir. We didn't want to bother you. We didn't want to say anything. So
you speak for yourself.
We respected your thing, but I was round at my mate's house and we saw you on East Midlands today. About the Broad Marsh, apparently, although we could do a special on this, he's going to borrow 40 or 60 million pounds to add to the fund.
Well, that's good, isn't it? And then, how are they going to get that money back then?
Well, it's going to cost about 100 years and they're going to have to raise taxes.
Oh, well, that's no problem. We can keep taxing the poor because they pay for everything anyway.
Thank you, the Right Honourable Leader of the City Council. You really are a wonderful, wonderful man. I admire you so much.
Although we don't like your Satanism.
And if you believe that, you believe everything. So come on, people, stand up for Grenfell and ask the government to give you all those millions of pounds. Let all those people on the bloody dole and they were nearly burnt to death live in £1 million homes like the bloody rich. Eat the rich. Stand up for yourself. Because, in fact, I was reading earlier that the middle class are now the targets. Oh yeah, I've heard about that. So, you know, they thought they were safe, but now they're the targets. They've virtually decimated the poor. Now they're going after the middle, drag them down, they'll only be the rich left, and they'll be happy. I know what we can do. Let's build them a tower block and put them all in. Yeah. But we'll make sure we'll not stick to the regulations and we won't put fire retardant cladding on it. We'll put... Or any type of fire escape. You know, because you don't need it in a big block of flats, do you? I mean, as they found out on 9/11, oh no, they did actually. I tell you, we'll have no fire escape stairs. We'll give them all parachutes. Well, they would have saved more. So they can jump out. Although a lot would have rather burnt to death than jump out.